I want to talk to you about one of your former clubs, Spurs, first, if I may. What do you make of Spurs appointing Ange Postecoglou, firstly?
I don't know him personally, but I know a lot of people at Celtic that have worked with him, and man, they speak highly of him. Really do. So, you watch his teams play. They play attacking. The Spurs fans are going to want to see attacking football. So that's box number one ticked. I understand he's very good to work for both staff and players. So that's box number two ticked. The biggest one at Tottenham is how the head coach deals with the relationship between Daniel Levy, the board, and is there going to be a conduit, a director of football that really has the pulse on the board and the head coach. And when one of Mauricio Pochettino's great successes, especially, is when he had Paul Mitchell there, and it was a great conduit between Daniel Levy and the board and Mauricio. And if he's given the players that he wants in his system, then I think he can have great success there. And I think the fans will love him because the style of football he wants to play will cater to it. There's one big outstanding issue here, and is can you keep a hold of Harry Kane? And it's going to be very difficult to do so, but at the same time, Harry, he's a great teammate, is a great pro, and he will be loyal if he sees things going in the right direction. So there's a lot of ifs if this is going to be successful, but I think they have another really good coach there. They've had really good coaches there. Pochettino is a good coach. Mourinho is a good coach. Conte is a good coach, et cetera, et cetera. So I really hope it works out for Postecoglou and the club.
Yeah, Brad, we're going to talk about Harry Kane. It looks like he's not signing a new contract. Do you think he should leave and go to Munich?
I mean, it's for me to say to leave and go to Munich. Bayern Munich's one of the best clubs. Tottenham has the potential to be, and it's had the potential for a long, long time to be one of the truly great clubs. When it comes to transfers at Tottenham, I've said this many times. There's one person that controls it, and it's Daniel Levy. If he doesn't want Harry Kane to go, he's not going. If he's going to set really difficult demands for clubs to reach, then there won't be a transfer. What Daniel usually doesn't have to get himself involved in. He's one of the best in the business at having players with multiple years in the contracts. Here we see probably the first time ever that I've seen at the club, and I was there during the Modric sales and Gareth Bale sales. You see a player have the biggest player, one of the best players in the world, have only a year left on his contract. This is probably the first time I've ever seen a player have just a little bit more power than the club, and it's been one of Daniel's strengths, and will continue to be one of his strengths as he's the chairman of the club. So, if Harry likes what he's hearing from Postecoglou, if he starts seeing the signings come through the door that will make them a better squad, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him staying there and re-signing a longer-term contract. I think he's taken step one to keep his options open by not signing a new deal. So, I'm not in, obviously nobody's inside Daniel Levy's head except Daniel Levy. So I don't really know if there is an actual price. I mean, he might just say, no, I am not selling, and I'm going to do everything to try to keep him. And we'll just have to wait. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think Tottenham fans know if Harry Kane stays, they're still going to get the same Harry Kane, which is a testament to his professionalism.
Let me go back to something you mentioned earlier on with regards to Pochettino. You were with him, of course, I think for one season actually. He's gone to Chelsea. Do you think he's got what it takes to turn them into title contenders?
100%. I have no doubt. He's one of the very best I ever worked with. Very intelligent, incredible staff, very compassionate to his players when he knows players are behind what they're trying to accomplish. He's also very, very good and very professional about the ones that he doesn't want there. Treats them with respect. If he wants them out the door, he'll do it in a very respectful manner. If he needs to be hard with someone, he's Argentinian. Come on, he has no problem being doing the hard part as well. His style of football is very, very good, and I really couldn't say enough positive things about him. I was doing started my pro license that year and worked with one of his staff members closely. I was doing some coaching over at the academy and got to know a little bit more about how he operated, and I think the world of him as a manager.
Brad, Spurs finished 8th last season, and I think that was down to Harry Kane. What will their expectations be this season, with and without Harry Kane?
Well, I think the goal inside, they're probably not going to want to say this out loud, would be to get up in the top 6 and then try to fight up in the top 4 if they can. From January on, they had so much turbulence at the club. They ended up finding themselves with a sporting director who was banned at one stage, Conte who wasn't there. It just just one thing after another, which again really is not a Spurs way. Yes, they have a turnover of managers, but it was usually done a lot more in a much more stable manner when it was happening, and the timing of it. I think they should be hoping for some improvement with the signings for Postecoglou's style. That's number one. I think they should concentrate on trying to keep Harry Kane. Well, maybe Harry Kane's number one, and then the style's number 2. Number 3 is just try to create some stability within the changing room, and with the staff, and then try to build on that. They have an outstanding attack force. They're going to have a new goalkeeper that's going to have to learn the Premier League, and as a goalkeeper in the Premier League, it's not easy. It's completely different from any other league in the world, and I do think they need to strengthen again in the back, and possibly one other in the midfield. So they have some work to do, but again, if they need, or if they give Postecoglou the tools, I think they have the head coach to be successful.
talkSPORT Drive, super opinionated sporting debate, Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.